dancer in London, and I'm doing my debut. It's called a Rangmanch Pravesh, and it's literally means to colour the stage, and it's usually a dancer's first official entry onto the stage, and it's normally done after a significant period of training, at least 10 years of learning with a particular teacher in a system following a particular style. My training has been slightly unusual in the sense that I started off locally when I was a teenager, but then when I was in my late teens I actually went to India to learn, and I've been commuting back and forth to India for the past 10 years, so I haven't had regular ongoing training as somebody would if they were to be staying done my Rangmanch, even though I've been practicing and teaching and performing a lot in London. So it's kind of strange. A lot of people are asking me, why are you doing a Rangmanch now? Surely it's something you should have done back in the day, and of course I should have, and it's long overdue. But it's my first time that I'm doing a full Kathak recital. I've performed Kathak on stage many times, but I've not done a full-length production. And I'm going to be presenting the entire repertoire of the dance form, so that's going to be about 2 hours in total. And it's going to be showing both the technical and the expressional aspects. So for somebody who's seeing Kathak dance for the first time, I'm hoping that they'll really be able to get a glimpse into the vast beauty and the depth of the art form. There's so much a dancer has to concentrate on. There's the rhythmic aspects, there's the expressional aspects, there's the technique. There's so many things, and even I can honestly put my hand on my heart and say 10 years has not been enough. I don't think I even started to scratch the surface of the dance form. There's so many things. Just when you think that you've really got something, there's like something else that presents itself to you. So I am aware of my progress, and I'm very, very happy with where I am, but I'm also aware that this is not the end of my journey. This is very much the beginning.
So how do you know a dancer is ready for the debut?
Yeah, dancer, as a guru, one says that she's technically sound, and she's passionate, of course, and she's dedicated. The qualities are very vital. And she has reached certain levels in which she presents herself, some of the tals and some abhinayas. She's ready to do that. And of course, it's a long, long journey, though it's not the complete, it should not be taken as a complete dancer. Debut does not mean now she's a complete dancer. It's rather the first step in the dance world. And as we rightly say, always our gurus say, we all are the lifetime students. So still I am also a student, and I'm learning. It's a long-time journey.
And it seems a very long journey to me. 10 years is a long time. Rather like a prima ballerina.
Yeah, of course. I think 10 years is too short. 10 years is like, of course, you know the techniques and everything, but you really get into the feel that, for learning this dance form, I still have to take another birth to complete this, or maybe, more than one birth. So it's a long, I think it's more you are growing artistically. That's where there is never completion to this.
And
there's a
Traditionally, when a student learns with a guru, a teacher, they are given the gungurus by the teacher. They're gifted to them in a sacred ceremony, and what it symbolises is that the teacher is not only giving the bells but giving their knowledge, and knowledge is not just for 1 or 2 years, it's not even for 10 years, it's lifetime. a lifetime of knowledge. So when you do sign up with the guru, so to speak, it's really, you're really surrendering to the guru, and you're really humbly requesting that person to teach you everything that they know. And that's a lot, because they've spent a significant period of time really immersing themselves in the art form. So as a student, you know, we bow down to our teacher, and we humbly request them to give us all their knowledge, not just about the actual art form, but about life, their life experiences. And through that process, we learn so much about ourselves. So many values, so many virtues come about from that process. It's called the Guru Shishya Parampara, and it's the traditional system of learning Indian classical music and
Your background, did you start it as a little girl?
I started when I was just 5 years old. But honestly, as a 5 years old, I always wanted to dance, and just like any other child, it was always hobby, but I was always more connected. And I used to relate it with my prayers, because I used to love to pray God every day. Even as a child, for half an hour, I'll sit in front of my puja, in front of the God, and worship. And whenever I used to go for my dance class, and then I used to share the same feelings. So I knew that this dance is not just a pastime, it's more like a connection to yourself. And it was to me, actually. So yes, though I started it at the age of 5 years old, but then I became more serious when I was in college.
So it must have been hard then for Nikita, who came to you at 18, and you know, trying to get that spirit, to get that passion.
Let me tell you one thing. I always feel classical dance is something about more passion and interest. Any age you come to and you can start. 18 is not that old and that late age, I believe so, of course. But like for how many, we say we are learning since 9 years, but I always say for how many days you worn your bells, for how many days you practice. So it's not the number of years we keep on counting, but it definitely we count how many number of hours I have spent. So even if she started at the age of 18, if she has been with the Kathak dance almost every day and night, so I'm sure one can always achieve the goals.
And the bells, I mean, that is a proud moment when a dancer, a teacher awards the bells. Tell me about that.
Yeah, it's traditionally, I mean, it was always like when the bells were given, they were just not given like that. You go and buy the bells from the market and just have it on your this. Everything is very connected, like it's more devotionally based things here. So even the bells are given, so that is a very auspicious day that the guru is given offering bells to the student when she starts deserving, you know. So yeah, I think, and debut is Rangmanch Pravesh, which is going to have it. So that's the day also bells are that we offer to her.
You give a lot of advice, don't you, to dancers? You seem to know these dances very well.
Yes, they're my friends, and actually I passionately follow Kathak. I don't play with Kathak because I'm a tabla player. I actually follow the movements, and I know a lot of the movements because I've watched Kumiben teaching all these Dhataka Thungas and all these variations. So when I've watched a lot of Kathak, so I actually, when I play with a dancer, I feel that they should move like this and the body should bend like this, and when they do Amad or Thad or whatever, there's a line. So every movement is a line. It's just not looking anywhere and just dancing. You know, when they take spins, I want to see that are they focusing at one point when they take spins. So that's how I follow Kathak, and yeah, that's why I love playing. That's the only reason that when I'm playing, I'm also dancing from inside. When they do tihais, I'm actually reciting those tihais. And I love learning their compositions, which are different from our tabla language.